Hello and welcome back to another stream. Third time's the charm this week. We've tried 2 times we've streamed before, and both cases I didn't publish the VOD because it ended in a disaster. The first one, it was way too hot. I was trying to do some drawing. Total disaster, didn't work out. Second time I got an hour-long phone call, so that was a waste of time. So this time, I'm not going to be doing art this time, because I'm convinced it's cursed, at least for this week only. So instead, I'm going to be playing Satisfactory. You remember that game? Don't worry, I'm not gonna do nothing but Satisfactory this time. It's just going to be just a one-off, or well, actually that's a bit of a lie. I would really like to play Satisfactory quite a bit, and almost have it be like a secondary part of my content. Because I like Satisfactory, and I'd like to find people who also enjoy it. Let's head over to the gaming screen and see if everything's working out, because I haven't used this one in a while. Let's have a look. What have we got? What have we got? We've got audio, maybe. We'll find out. Just move a few things. The troubles of only having one monitor. And I assume there's audio. I'm just going to assume there's audio. But let's see. We're going to make a new game. And we're gonna do some. Let's see. Power consumption. I'm gonna put that down low. Resource node random, and I'm gonna make them all pure. We're playing easy mode today. Okay. Skip that. Oh, hang on. I think I've got it in the Let's see. World. Well, what's the day? It says 26. The 7th of the 9th. And I hope Ada is turned off. This is going to be very casual, very casual. In fact, it's probably going to be actually quite difficult because I've got a camera in my face. And, I wonder if actually I could move it a bit. No, I can't. I don't have that kind of dexterity. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll just sort of live. I've got a corner of my screen just sort of blocked. In fact, it's the corner that's blocked by the thing, so maybe that's not too bad. It's really quiet. Hang on. Options, audio. Crank it up a bit. Okay. So this is random ore nodes. So first we've got to go find some iron ore. Over there, and what about copper? Copper also over there. What about limestone? Okay, so we're gonna build our hub somewhere over here. I should probably also be picking up some leaves. Oh, I've forgotten the hotkeys. But last time I streamed, I mean like before I quit and then came back. I streamed way too much Satisfactory. I do admit I streamed way too much, and I think it was quite boring content because I didn't make anything of it. So my motivations for this are the same as when I played Factorio about a week ago or so. I want to just sort of use it as a way to hopefully maybe one day find someone to collaborate with playing the game. I think that would be far more interesting. There's something here I had. That's sort of a bit meta, maybe. I found an audio splitter, and I discovered that on my microphone there's a slot where you can plug in headphones, and you get instant feedback. And I really want to use that, but the little audio splitter thingy is really rubbish. What's this? Copper? Okay, well, let's see. What have we got? We've got 4 of these. Trying to remember how to play this game. Where was the iron? Is there any iron around it? Is this iron? This looks like iron to me. And, well, no concrete, no concrete. Okay, what do we... We want base building, I suppose? Or do we want... I'm trying to remember how to play this game. We want to build equipment workshop. I can do that. We want to make more portable miners. And so this is going to be very quick. We're gonna go to like the end of phase 1, and then not much further. That's how it's gonna go. Limestone. Oh, is that it within reach? Or is that off the cliff? It is. I'll have to figure out how to get back up. Okay, how do we get back up? Are there any steps anywhere? Oh, is this a way up? I think this is maybe a way up. Yeah, it would be with Blade Runners. That kind of works. That kind of works. Hold on, I can do this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's pick up our stuff. No, 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 no. I do want to. Oh, controls, controls. There we go. Okay. So now, how much leaves do we have? 200 leaves? Can we make biomass? We can. Go straight to biomass. That's always a slightly better fuel. My tracking's not quite so smooth today. Okay, let's put down a couple smelters. Constructor. And a power pole. And connect that to that. And that, we put that, and I think this is all going. Copper. Copper. Concrete. Okay, we don't need that. Stick that in there. Stick that in there. Let's go get the concrete. Which was down here. And we have a lot of this. Actually don't need that much. I put down way too many. We're going to switch to proper miners very quickly. But yeah, I'm so, forgive me. I'm so nervous. The past two streams have had catastrophic things went wrong. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but they went wrong enough that I ended them early and didn't publish the VOD. So I'm hoping that this doesn't happen again. There we go. Okay, let's do a what do we got in our inventory? Let's dump some stuff off. That's and then we're gonna go pick up a bunch of random stuff. We don't want. Actually, no, never mind. No. I'm so indecisive. I'm gonna go pick up a couple hard drives. I should probably do this after base building, but I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna do this now. Why not? It's so I can catch my bearings. Because what I was just doing right there was a lot of thinking, a lot of quite intense. So this is much less intense. But it is another hot day today. It's another really hot day. I managed to get to the supermarket and buy some more sausages. But it's absolutely sweltering. I should pick up biomass while I'm doing all this. Even though I've got the power set low, I'm going to need a bunch of it. There we go, there's the drop pod. Can I get this one? No, I can't. It's right. I actually only want the stuff around the drop pod. Because this is far quicker than building it yourself. And recently they even made it that you can delete the parts. If I can remember how to do that as a control, yeah. And these give you more building parts. I think I got them all. No reinforced iron plates on that one, I don't think. No, there were. I got 38. You have no idea how long that would take me to craft by hand. So that's a huge boost. And we're going to go in this direction. We're going to go get another one. I think I can get another one. It's on one of these sort of hilltop areas, but I can't remember exactly where it is, and I'm going to take a lot of damage here. But that's okay. But yeah, just like Factorio, I think that I watch a lot of these streams myself. Is this Caterium? No. I watch a lot of these streams myself on Twitch. I browse the Satisfactory and Factorio categories a lot, and I've sort of narrowed in exactly the kind of content I like. And it's personal preference, it's what I like. But I like someone, and I can't. Unfortunately, I can't fit all these categories because one of them is that I like someone who's a little new to the game. Not so new that they're spending 7 hours trying to figure out how to do what I can do in 30 minutes, but I mean new enough that they're not bored by the game. I like when they've got a bit of a they're excited, they're learning about it, and it's really 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 fun for them. That's what I like. And most importantly, I think, is I often look for people who are collabing and they're sort of standard collab sort of. I don't think rules is the right word, but sort of collaboration. I'm not sure what the word is. Here's why I should have got base building, because this would have been way easier to get up. I've got to figure out how to get up there. You can do it without things. I think this is the way. Here we go. Here, maybe? Here we go. The sort of standard collab rules of how to do a good collab. Can I get this one? Oh, I can. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. I don't even want that. I just want the crash pod. Where, even though they're talking to the collab partner, but you also really want to be talking to the chat as well. I really don't like it when I'm watching a collab stream and they're completely ignoring the chat. I really dislike that. I mean, it's selfish on my part, but I like the interaction. I don't like to watch streams. I like to chat. I find sort of smallish streamers, and I like to chat to them. Oh, I thought I was going to die there. And so for me, I want to watch a collab because with factory games, I think it's really difficult to chat at the same time. So if you do a collab, then you can talk to someone else, and one person is focusing more than the other, and it stays fluid. And and with factory games, it almost sort of becomes more entertaining the more people they are. But of course, because it's a factory game, it's sort of played by sort of nerdy people, and they never have enough friends to do more than one or two people. But I mean, so sorry to insult, but it's the truth, okay? I can't remember where the next drop pod is. I think I'm going too far here. I think I should have just gone straight back. I've got lots of stuff, and those iron plates and stuff have already been smelted by now, so I'm kind of being dumb here. But we'll go all the way down here anyway, and then go back. It doesn't really matter. It'll be we've got to go back here anyway once we've got base building, because we want to go back here to go get the Blade Runners, and you can do that without anything, but it's much easier with foundations. All right, let's pick up these things. This drop pod here is actually a little too high level. Most of these items here are completely useless to me. I'm sorry, I guess this was a waste of time. But the parts for dismantling these parts are useful, particularly the rotors. How many rotors do I have now? I've got enough rotors, that's good. Do I have enough plates? I've got enough plates. So I'm just going to take 50 of each of these, and I'm going to put them in a box. I'm going to put them in a box. And we're going to use those to build the smart plates. And I like to do that because it saves so much time. The phase 1 of this game is really quick. It's not very long at all. But what draws it out is the what draws it out is I'm getting memories of the last time I played Satisfactory, where I would try and say psych, and then I just couldn't think because I'm focusing on the game, and I'm not even at a difficult part. I'm just sort of it's an attention-demanding game. What can I say? I even remember when I was doing a collab with it, and it was the same sort of deal. In fact, eventually it got to the point where I wouldn't even build the factory or do anything. It became parkour, and as silly as it sounds, I think if I were to play this game again, or if I were to do a solo world, if I decided to do a solo world, I would probably sort of make it sort of secretly a just chatting sort of stream, and the factory would just take eons to build, but that would be totally fine. And I would deliberately make the factory in such a way where it's fun to parkour around. Hold on, I've gone the wrong way here. Where am I? I don't want to go down that way. I think this is the way. Oh, there's another drop pod here. I forgot about this one. I guess it was good that I went the wrong way. Let's pick up these parts. Any more? I think that's all of them. More reinforced iron plates. There's quite a lot. I should remember this spot. There's a lot of reinforced iron plates there, and that needs like 100 megawatts, so we can't get that. Alrighty. Now going this way, I've got to take the right way back, because there's one way that goes back that'll throw you off a cliff, and in this case, if I go off that cliff right now, I will die. I haven't got enough health to survive that. We'll pick up this summer sloop here. We will not pick up the summer sloop. I'm out of inventory space, so instead we will we'll just go back. We've filled up our inventory. I think if I follow this pathway here, this will lead to a slope where I can go down safely. Yes, here we are. We're still going to take damage though, because I've made too big of a jump. Okay, come on now, let's be careful. And do I have to go up a hill to get back to my hub? Can't remember where I put the hub. I mean, I can see it on the minimap, but not the minimap, the compass. But I don't know exactly where it is. Oh, we lost our momentum. Ah, yes, I can't go through there. There's a pit there that you can't cross. I think this way may lead me back. Ooh, nice jumps. But this is part of the reason why I actually dislike watching streamers who are too good at the game. There's no surprise. There's no surprise. I already know everything, so it's sort of there's no shock and awe. So I'm a bit more. I'm too relaxed about it. But anyway, biomass, loads of biomass. Okay, we've got to put some stuff in here. A lot of this stuff is really useless. Oh, do we have thingamajig? Boxes? Do we have boxes? Storage container. I need plates. Plates. Store. Take. Okay. This is my playing the game terribly. There we go. Empty inventory. Now we can pick and choose what we want that's actually useful. Because most of the stuff's not useful to us. Don't want that. Limestone, wood, wires. Don't think we need, no. Do we need screws? There's one item that needs screws, but I don't think I need it at the moment. Okay. Okay, let's sort these out. Yes, okay. We need, constructors. No, hang on. No. This is the point where we start building the game properly. Whoops, what have I just pressed? Crap! Go away. Accidentally pressed whatever that key is. There we go. This is where we start pulling down the miners, so let's pick these up. Get rid of that. Oh, I need to put the thing in the box. I gotta remember that. One moment, because I don't want to use them all up. So I'm gonna put it over here, and we're gonna put in 50. Let's go get the rotors. The rotors are somewhere over here. And we're gonna put 50 of those in there also. Okay, we're just gonna leave those there. Special. Oh, biomass. That's what we want to do. Biomass furnace. Build a bunch of these. We won't need very many of these. We won't need very many of these at all. In fact, until we get splitters and mergers, we can only use one. Oh, no, sorry, correction, we can actually use them all, but they're not automated. What are we running short on so far? Right, all connected up. Oh. Limestone. Plates, I think. No power? Why no power? Oh, I haven't filled anything in these. Let's put in one in there and 80 in there. Okie dokie. And with this, we'll make rods. At this stage in the game, it's quicker to handcraft rods than make them in a factory. So we'll use our plates for that. While we're doing that, let's have a look at these. I can't check the audio settings. It's really quiet. Why is it so quiet? Well, I'll check the VOD later after we're done. Alright. How about concrete? Loads of concrete. Could do with making more. It takes a long time to make concrete, and that's a slow point. Making concrete, that's what slows me down. So I'm gonna go and find as many limestone nodes as I can, make as many of those as I can. But let's go do the same thing over here for copper. Wood in this direction. And we'll use this to make... I bet this is on iron. It is. And we'll use this to make some wires. Oh, where's that? Where's that? Wires. This will make wires, and then after that we'll split it into making cables. Can I make one more of these? I can. Let's go do it for down here. I thought it was down here. I've gone the wrong way. Oh. Can I get around here? But yeah, as I was saying before, as I keep failing to remain focused, is I think this is pretty much only interesting as a collab game. For watching it, that is. In fact, I could probably not have to go down here anymore at all if I just bring the constructor up here. Can I get up here? I can. That'll save this little parkour. I don't think I have lifts yet. Right, can I bring a cable up here? I can. And then we'll just go straight to a constructor. That. And I hope I'm not straining my power at this moment. What are we looking at? Consuming production capacity. I think we're probably doing okay. These produce, I think, 30. Yeah, we're doing totally fine. Okay, well, I've got to set the recipe for this. Concrete. Okay. Is that going? Is it all going? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. We've got a lot of the basics down now. Let's see if we've got enough resources to do base building. I should have actually done this at the start because there's like a 3-minute timer that I have to wait. 2-minute timer. Still a long time to wait. We want logistics next. Very important. But we've got base building. How much concrete do we have? In fact, I can fill these up again manually. I'll do this until I run out of raw resources. No need to... Otherwise, I'm just going to sink them. That's a waste. And the first thing we really need is we need another thing for iron to make iron rods. We don't currently have that. Okay, what are we looking at? We've got... Sort that out. We've got 200 that. Do with more plates. I think those are the only plates we had. So what's the only rods? We've got all the resources we've got on hand. Do we have more iron nodes? There's one over there. Let's have a look at this one over here. See if it's within reach, and that'll save us some time. Oh, it's down the hill, but I think I've oh, there's a sand node there. Oh, I'm curious. But I believe I have just unlocked... Did I unlock the lifts? No. Ah. Can I unlock the lifts? 150? 300? No, I can't. Ah, dang it. Oh, hang on. No. I need lifts for this. Okay. We'll come back for that later. I don't have to keep going up and... actually, what's the slope look like? I'd have to go all the way over there. That's the entrance to it. Yeah, that's too far. I don't want to go that far. Oh, turn on the light. How is the other biomass doing? 130? That's perfectly fine. No. Take that out. Yeah. Let's make some rods. We'll make the rods and plates manually. May even make the concrete manually. We need, I think, was it 150 of these? I think, yes, it is 150. But we'll need a few more because we need to, actually, hold on. Let's do the cables, because then we can get the flying thing going, the milestone unlock. Freighter, that's what they call it, the freighter. Ugh. But yeah, I'll have to find someone to play this with. That's the way. Ideally like 2 people. Like when you've got more than 1 person, then it becomes a real fun vibe. And then they sort of because then there's sort of justification to not all build together, but to have your own little bases, and it almost feels like Minecraft. It's really entertaining, in my opinion. Okay, I think that's everything. We want part assembly. That's what we want next. So let's get on that. Let's just start manually. We've used up all our supplies here, so I've got to start manually making it again while we wait. But that does give us the rods, the elevators. Is it? It does, yes. Okay. I haven't got enough stuff to make them though. Also, we'll have to... I always forget the numbers for making the space elevator. I know you need like 1,500... what do you call them? Things. Hold on, I need to pick up my concrete. I should probably put a box on these, actually. I should put a box on all of these, I suppose. Let's see. Pick up those. Build that. There we go. That's the end of my copper. Still got some more iron to go. I can just use up more manually. This is quite quick. But what else? What else is there? I think also the speed of the game is also somewhat important. In the early game, I think it's a little too intense. Unless, it's not intense for me because I kind of know what I'm doing. But for a lot of people, it's sort of they're learning the game, so there's quite a little less talking going on. That's not too interesting. And then at the late game, there's so much going on, and it's so slow, and there's so much building that has to be done, that it sort of feels like they're just working. That's not very interesting. It's the middle zone. That's really most interesting. In fact, there was one person I was watching. It was a trio of people. They were really interesting. They fit the mold perfectly. They were newish to the game, but they had played Factorio before, so they knew the genre. They had good personalities and stuff. But then they got to that point. They got to that point where they couldn't really progress further without it really slowing down, and I suspect that they kind of got bored and didn't want to continue. Which is oh wow. All right. Now that I've got this, now what I want to start doing is well, first I want to get this to make some rods, but beyond that, I want to make. Let's see, where is it? I want to start gathering up as much limestone as I can. Alright, where's our power pole? We're gonna keep these as organized as we can. Which one's this? This one is a different network. I don't want to connect to that. I want this one. Immediately, our power poles are not organized. But let's see. So we want to put a constructor and a thing on this. Smelter, rather. And I believe, actually, I think I can already start splitting this. Do I have splitters? I do. I'm going to split this as clean as I can. There we go. And then we can put this into 2 constructors. Oh, we could actually, I was just thinking that we could just have loads of rods, but we don't need loads of rods. What we do need, however, are loads of screws. So we'll do that instead. We're gonna have to go get more plates. And I suppose do I have? Can I make boxes? Okay, I can make. No. You know what? I'm gonna take the executive choice here and not make any boxes. Did I power the smelter? I did not. Okay, let that all go. Now we're going to do the same thing for the copper. I think I can get away with leaving this. Can I leave this on its own, or do I need more copper? Can't remember. I didn't need to delete that, actually. No, I need to build the splitters first. Let's get on top of this. Structure. Come on, power pole in my way. No. Bugger. Okay. Wires. And then one of them is going to come back around. I should be out of plates by now. Almost. Now make cables. Now we've got to power these up. Oh, there's already a power pole there? What's that going to? Whatever. How are we doing for power? Doing good. We got loads. Okay. Screws. Were we making screws? I think I was, yes. That's done. Delete that. That's almost done. I'll delete that. Plates. Yes, this one's just making rods, right? Rods and screws. Rods and screws. We don't need many screws, I don't think. I think most of it is actually just for this unlock. And I don't think we use it for anything else. Alright, what are we doing? Cables? Making cables, yes. Rods? Making rods. Screws? Making screws. Okay, let's just start manually making stuff. See if we can make 200 rods and then we'll see how far we can go. We've got lots of ingots in our inventory I want to get rid of. But another thing I could do, like, let's say I do a solo world. I could make it more interesting by not actually focusing too much on the factory itself. But rather just sort of, just sort of make it sort of like secretly just chatting or make a nice looking, just sort of screw around with it. I think that could be a way of doing it. Oh, this should be really... I don't know. These pretty much only get used for making cables in Phase 1, so I can just turn these all into cables. It's no real issue. And I've kind of got to wait a little while anyway, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be made. Oh, actually, we're not being as sensible as we like, because I haven't put boxes on most of the stuff, so their internal inventory is going to fill up. And they're not going to build any more. I need to go and put like 6 boxes down, but then I need like, I'm going to use up all my plates. I kind of don't want to use up all my plates. I want to put them in the part assembly so I can crack on with that. Oh dear. Alright, I'll make 200 of those. Well, we've got some stuff made. You know, I can't turn these rods into screws, and I can't get any more ingots, so 500 screws is going to take an eternity. So it's going to be a while until we get that, unfortunately. But I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to, I think it'll be sensible to put a load of boxes on this stuff, because they're really going to fill up, aren't they? Very quickly. This is down here, it's probably full up. Oh, 100, nice. Actually, no, 100 is probably not nice. That's probably the internal inventory as well as that. Oh, no. Well, let's empty them out for now. And we'll just live. I think rods fill up quickly. I'm not sure. 120 screws. That's more than I thought I'd get. There it is. Okay. Actually, you know, we're gonna do something that I normally would never do. I'm gonna merge them because I want to save. Let's see, hold on. Because I want to save on the plates. And I think these are a very low amount anyway, so I'm not going to get any bottleneck issues there. Is there anything near here I can... No? Okay, this one's going to get its own box. And then I'm gonna merge all 3 of these. Let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's put it right here. And then merger. Merger going into it. Yeah. Oh, so difficult to line those up. Where is it? This is it? And I think that's right. I think that's everything. I think that's everything. Let's just throw in what we've got and see how close we can get. So, we're waiting on plates. Can I make any plates? I can make 2 plates. That's not very good. I can make more screws. There's two limestones annoying me. I'm gonna delete it. I can't delete it while crafting, apparently. I can. There we go. Make a rod. Good cables. Let's fill in these. Plates. 50 plates. Can I steal any ingots? No, I can't. They have no excess. There's an excess of this, though, so we can... In fact, there'll probably be even some in the miner as well. Yes. I think you can hand smelt these. Actually, no. We'll be as efficient as we. No rods. Hang on. I put all my rods in the thing. Oh, of course, I put them in the same box. And we'll smelt by hand. Well, we've got that one also smelting. Doubly efficient. But I don't know. This is the game that scares me the most in terms of streaming, because it was the last thing I streamed before I quit, and it wasn't why I quit. It wasn't why I quit, but it was sort of, it was like a low point. It was a low point, so I'm sort of wondering. It makes me hesitant. I need to give it new life. If I want to do it, I've got to give it new life. Somehow. I can't make it boring. I didn't put any on any music. I should have done that. Oh well. Did you see the music I had for the starting soon screen? I really hope that it doesn't get copyright strucken. I found it from some absolute middle of nowhere on YouTube. I hope no one's ever heard of it, and I can just have that, because I think it's a good. I think the song fits. All plates. No, not all plates. We need some plates. How many plates? What's 300 take away? 178. Oh, you can't see it in the top corner. Sorry, it's all blocked off. Oh well. It's very rarely do you have to care about what's in the milestone stuff. It's only for this early game that's really something to pay attention to. But we're going to use up all our ingots on this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's throw them in there. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Do a bit more. Let's do some rods to make screws. I think we're going to get the screws here. And there'll be just the plates, and by the time that's done, we'll have the plates, and then with the part assembly, does that give us the tower, the space elevator? Because I definitely can't make that. I'm like ages away from making that. In the time it takes me to make that, I'll have the smart plates probably. What do we need for 200? No, 350, 450. I need 150. Any second now. That's 150. Let's stick those in there. Let's go pick up our plates. 68. I think that's part assembly. It is. Wonderful. Does that give us a space elevator? It does. Wonderful. I'll just leave that in the corner. But in the meantime, I want to make assemblers, and I need rotors and cables. Cables? I didn't know they needed cables. Let's go pick up some cables. 94 cables, that's not a lot. Rotors. Let's go pick up the rotors that I had in here. 30 of them. And what else did I need? I need reinforced iron plates. I've got loads of those. So let's do this over here. Let's just plop down a few of these. Maybe can I put down 4? Oh, can I? Oh, I can put down 4. Wonderful. And we're going to merge these together. Like that. Let's get on top of this. Oh, you know, I forgot to get the Blade Runners. I usually get the Blade Runners by now. And maybe I'll do that while I'm waiting. We're gonna do a bit of. Oh, I'm out of plates again. In fact, maybe we'll do that while we wait. That's a good idea because there's a lot of waiting at this point. I think that's everything. Yes. And they can just stay on this belt. It really doesn't matter. He's going to be making smart plates. And now, what is 50 divided by 4? This is one of these. Okay, let's go get those thingamajigs. Alright, put the rotors and the smart plates in here, so I don't want to muddle them up, because we only need 50. Let's see. We've got a calculator, actually. Let's see. 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. So we'll put 12 each in these. Let's see. 12? In there. 12 in here. 12, 13 in that one. 13 in that one, and then we'll do the same thing for this. Oh. No, hang on. I'm gonna have to fix this. Take those out. Because there is a one-to-one, so they do have to go properly. Yes. This one here needs... Uh-huh. No, no. 13. That one there needs that. Okay, there we go. Figured it out. Is this up to a power line? Are we doing okay for power? 20, maybe? How about biomass? 158? 38? I'm gonna, still half of this. Crap, hang on. In it goes. In that goes. In that goes. Okay, that's better. Now we're gonna go and... We've got lots of concrete, somehow. I thought I was going to need way more concrete. It's wires that we need more of, so in fact, I think I'm actually going to go and turn off the cables. Which one's cables? This one's cables. And not make cables. Let me through. Because we don't need cables. We need iron rods and plates. So we don't need screws either. I'm going to turn those off as well. Hold on, I will have to reroute the cables to go into the box. So let's see, where's screws? Turn screws off. How many plates do we have? Enough to do that. Okay. Let's do the same thing for the cables. Where are they? Is this making cables? It is. Where's our merger? Oh, I don't have any room on the merger. Like that. Okay, let's go get those. What do you call them? We're gonna go get the Blade Runners just for fun. But we've still got Concrete, yeah, we got enough from. Let's go get them. This is always a bit of fun. While we wait for all that stuff to build. The cables particular, they're gonna take a while. But I do really like this new random ore nodes mode. For someone who's new to the game, it makes literally no difference because they don't know where the nodes are. But the nodes are actually static in the game, which is really it means that they're well designed. The positions of them are well designed. But once you know where they are, it's boring. So it really freshens it up to put them in random or locations. Changes how you play. For example, there's a few places on the map that everyone goes to. Oh, hang on, I gotta go down here. That everyone goes to build certain things. They'll build their coal power plant over in this location where there's all these coal nodes. They'll build their oil power plant over where there's in either this location or that location, and they'll build their turbo factory in that location also, and because there's sulfur there, and also loads of coal that it can bring in, and then there's then because they've put the oil power plant there, that means they're going to go and have to build their plastic production in this other ore node, which is slightly smaller, and people never build power plants there, and everyone's factories look the same. That's what ends up happening. Everyone's factories look the same. You know, I can watch one. I can go to a Twitch stream for Satisfactory, and I can click on any streamer, and within a few seconds, I can immediately tell, even without seeing any ore nodes themselves, but simply the factories, I can really tell whether they're on random ore nodes or not, because everyone's factories are always the same. You know, and that's really lame. That's really lame. I think I have a sort of similar. No. Sorry, I can't. Actually, I don't have a similar gripe with Factorio, because Factorio doesn't do that at all. Factorio, the ore nodes are always random. However, in the case of Factorio, the ore nodes are always random, but they're just the ore nodes. The factories you build are always the same. You always build the furnace stack. You always build the steam generators. People can play Factorio without any originality in that sense. It's because it's optimal. It's optimal. You play in the optimal way. This really shakes up the optimalness. The builds you make are still kind of the same, I think, but the builds themselves are, in my opinion, a lot more unique than the builds in Factorio. You know, of course, there's some people use the same ratios and stuff, but how you lay out the buildings, it's there's no demand for space in Satisfactory. You can just you can do all kinds of crazy things. So the buildings are always more interesting. It's the locations that are always the same, and that's always what's boring. The random ore nodes, it changes them completely. Now the locations are all over the place. It's a game mode. You can of course do whatever you like, but it really changes things up. There we go. But where we're going now, we're going to this cave where there are some Blade Runners that spawn, and they let you go faster, which may sound silly, seeing how fast I'm going right now. But it's true. It's true. You can go very fast. Oh, also, I've turned off the animal hostility. You know, frankly, I play Factorio without biters on, and I don't enjoy the combat mechanics in my factory games. They're just not for me. I like to build the factory. Is this the cave? This is the cave. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done this, so I may well have forgotten the route. Let's see, where are we going? There's a bunch of stuff in this cave. You can also get some mycelium here without having to go to the other location. I don't think we really need anything else, and we haven't really got the inventory space like these sort of modular frames and stuff. And since once we get to the thing, I'm gonna probably end this now. This is just sort of a bit of a test stream. Here's where I wanted to put to get the things from foundations. You can do this just manually, but it's a lot easier not doing it manually. A little less parkour. And we've got quite a lot of foundations here, so I can probably just not even delete these. unless I run out. But I don't think I will. I think I'm going to make this. I think it's up here. I think it... Or is it higher? Let's look up here, see if this is the place. But I think it may be higher still. Let's see. Do you see Blade Runners? There they are, Blade Runners. See? I jump higher now. Oops. I don't want to take damage there, because I want to jump down. You can survive any... So long as you have full health, you can survive any full damage. You will remain with half a life, half a point of health left. Is that a game mode setting? I'm not sure. However, if I were to fall from the same height now, I would die. You have to have full health when you fall. Not sure if that's a game mode or not. Not sure. But it's very handy to know. It's very handy to know. Although again, it's a very early game bit of trivia, because once you get the parachute, which you get very early on, you don't need to care about anything like that. I went the wrong way. I think, is it this way? Is this the way I'm supposed to be going? I think I've just gone the exact same way. Well, we'll find out. But these are very nice to have. The boost is not that much, but it just makes it just that much easier. You saw how much I was struggling to climb over my constructors and even my belts, and this just eliminates that, so it's always worth to pick these up as early on as possible. You can make these pretty early on as well, but you can pick them up from that cave just that bit more quicker. Although it is a bit awkward if you're playing with another player. There's only one set of those, so whoever gets them first, they're the only one who has them. There's a little cut through here you can go through. I remember when I was playing my Satisfactory Plus playthrough, I had a bunch of belts going through there. Oh, I'm going to take some damage here. Not too much. But let's see how our list of constructions are going. I put 4 assemblers down for the smart plates. They may well be done by now. But I really doubt I've got 1,500 wires. You can't see it. It's blocking off the screen. Even my little column here is also blocking it. But I've got the little to-do list for building the space elevator. It tells you the parts you need to build it. Let's see, which way are we going? We're going this way. Oh, also another thing. A lot of people will, I think both in whatever game mode, they won't build here because this is like the star location. All the normal nodes are crap. I really love the green fields here. These nice grassy fields. I don't want to build anywhere else. If I play Scout, I want to build the whole factory here. Why would you want to be anywhere else in the map? Everywhere else is ugly. All right, how are we doing? Is everything still working? Let's see. What have we got? Almost got the plates. I can probably switch those over to rods in that case if we don't have the rods. And how are we doing for rods then? We've got all the rods. Okay, it's just waiting on the cable, on the wires now. I need 1,000 wire. I seriously doubt I have 1,000 wire, so we may have to do some shenanigans to get that to come together. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not even close. I need another 500. Okay, what about my smart plates? Where did I put them? How are they looking? Oh, I forgot to put a box for them. Whoopsie daisy. Well, we only need 50 of these, so... But how are they looking? Ah, here, we can tell because they ran out. So they're all done. Yeah, they're all done. We've got our 50 smart plates, so... We can just delete all these. We don't need any of those at all. We'll leave those in the box for now, and we'll build our thing here to go into it. It's just these. So I think we should have a look for another copper node, just to speed it up a little. Any nearby? Oh, that's miles away. Can we build any of it? It's going to cost us a lot of our precious items. We can take these assemblers back, though, to get our things back. Also save some power. Ah, we can save some plates here as well. That's nice to have. That gives us all the plates. They're done. They're done. They're done. And go on. They're done. 50 smart plates, like that. We haven't even had to build a single rotor or thing. But we do have a desperate need to build. Oh, don't tell me it's in the cave. Is it in the cave? I think it's in the cave. I don't want to build in the cave. I hate that cave. I'm gonna go to this other one all the way over here. Oh, it's gonna use lots of stuff to. Yeah. I wonder if it's quicker to just make it just to wait. I don't know. Let's see. Can I place any of this down? Let's see. Miner. Smelter. Oh, is this 60 actually? 60 and these are 30. Okay, we're gonna let's have a go at really ramping this up as much as we can. Oh, I'm gonna move these further back. Splitter. See, I can jump on these much easier now. These are going to make copper ingots, and then these are going to split further into 4 constructors. Where can I place that? Okay, comes out of there. This one here comes out of there. It is. I might have got my maths wrong here, actually. Hang on. No, I got it right. I got it right. Iron ingots. Yay. Copy. And I think these are 2 lots of 60, so we're gonna actually have too much. We're gonna have to put 2 boxes down here. Merger. Like so. I should have done this before I left for the Blade Runners. That's a blunder on my part. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, no. Delete that. Oh, we haven't connected these. Have we set the recipes? We have. There we got on that. Okay, let's go drag this back. Hopefully our power lasts long enough for this, because I haven't been collecting any biomass. Are we using up all our cables? No, we don't need cables, never mind. Cables are not important. Alright, there we go. Right, now we used up a lot of our rods and plates for that, so that was no good. So we're gonna see have we shot ourselves in the foot doing that. Okay, we've got the plates back. Let's go check our rods. We got all the rods, so we just need about 300 wires. And we're making 120 a minute, so 2 minutes and we'll have it. Let's go and pick up those smart plates, and then we can build the smart elevator right by the space where we get it. Let's pick those up. Can we recover any? I could, if I really wanted to, I suppose I could. There was a delete option for 120, huh? What? Oh, it's because these are... They're overloaded. Oh, hang on a minute. We may already have them then. Yeah. I didn't need to build any of that at all. That was a total waste of time. I could probably recover the remainder of these by just doing this. But here we go. We've reached the end, so let's go and gather the last little bits of wire, and then we'll build the space elevator, and we'll reach the end of phase 1. I always like to do that as quickly as possible. There we almost. There we go. We got it. Okay, space elevator. Put that down somewhere. Somewhere where I can. It's too big. Ah. Pop it down. There we go. In they go. Whoosh. Is this going to mess with the animations? Or maybe it's designed that it takes just the amount of time. See, I've sent it off, but the thing hasn't even come down yet. So what's it sending off? How's that going to work? Oh, maybe do they just queue? Do they queue? I don't know. I think I did something silly there. But that's the end of phase 1. How long did that take me? I'll check in a second. That took me about an hour. That was a bit of fun. I'm not going to continue past this. I just wanted to do the phase 1 and have a bit of fun. Have a bit of fun there. You know, I would. Okay, what I would do after this point is delete the space elevator, get my 1,500 wires back. As well as a bunch of concrete and plates and stuff. Then I'd go and make my coal power plant with the remainder of the rotors that I had from all the assemblers. And at that point, I've got like not infinite power, but enough power that I really don't have to think of power, and it'd be fully automated power, so I wouldn't have to worry about this biomass again. Because this is the reason why I do the phase 1 so quick is because I hate biomass. Because it's limited, it's time, and I have to destroy all the beautiful trees and stuff here. I don't even want to make the chainsaw. Yeah, because then you have to destroy trees, and the trees look so pretty, and why would I, you know, I want it to look pretty. But that's it. That's phase 1. You can do it much quicker than that. I think the speedrun is like 20 minutes and stuff, and it just I think it just involves they don't automate anything. It's just stuff is done by hand. So, but what else do they do? And I think they do more sort of gathering. So they, you know, I've had to go and make my plates and concrete and stuff, but they'll go walking around the map and they'll just pick them up. So it's a little bit quicker. And I think they don't get like base building or logistics or any of that. They don't waste their time with that. They go straight to part assembly. But that is yeah. It's a really fun game. I really enjoy it. But like Factorio, it's a thinking game. So it's hard to chat while playing it. Oh yeah, see, it was kind of a waste of time to build that whole second cable thing, but. You know, another thing what I do is, at this point, I would go and make all these things here again, but much neater. And then after I've done that, I'd come back and delete all this. You know, I'd build them on foundations. You saw the foundations, these things, you know, I'd build them all on the foundations. Because these are much nicer than building on the ground. You get a nice flat surface. And stuff snaps to the grid more nicely, you know. But that's it. That's Satisfactory. Good fun game. I won't be playing this world again. If I do decide that I'm gonna do a solo world, and I'll start a new world, and then we'll just do all this again for the first hour. But then I'll continue. And there's no particular reason for that. It's just that this is sort of, you know, it's a throwaway. It's a throwaway. And I have to think about what I want to do about game settings also. I kind of like these game settings where I've got the ore nodes as all pure, because then you just get more ore nodes. I think more ore. You're never going to run out. I don't like putting a lot of stuff into power. You know, the sort of things like nuclear power plants. They're really interesting in this game. There's a lot of factory you have to build to make it work. But I don't know. It feels like it's like secondary to the game to me in a sense. Like you want to be building the items, not the not the power. So I want to minimize that. So I set the power requirements much lower, and I just don't have to think about it. Don't have to think about it. I can instead focus on building the factory part itself, and then of course I always have the enemies hostility turned off. I just don't enjoy it. And once you get the rebar gun, they're not even an issue anymore. It's just a time sink. Personally, I kind of wish that you could turn the danger of the gas off as well as radiation. I feel like that kind of goes in the same sense as the enemies. Because it's a hostility mechanic, particularly the gas. But honestly, to be honest, if I had it my way, I would mod the gas out entirely because it's really ugly. Like you can see them right here. There's beautiful grass fields, and now you have these fart rocks here. I don't like these. They're ugly. You can destroy them, but you have to get like a little bit of ways into the game. You got to get the explosive stuff before you can destroy them. Oh, but there you go. That's as far as I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to stream next. Maybe I'm going to have another go at that art. So, you know, I tried twice, and surely third time's the charm, right? I also deliberately streamed a bit earlier this time. I kind of want to stream either 4 PM or 7 PM UK time. It's currently 3 PM, and I started at 2 PM. It's too early, I think. I mean, you know, if I were to go to Twitch right now, there's probably like, you know, like Diariku or whatever. It's probably got like 10,000 viewers. So obviously there are people at this time, but I think I'm probably better out. It's probably like 4 PM or even 7 PM. But you know, I gotta decide. I gotta make some decisions. You know, I want to be consistent. But when do I want to stream, and how often do I want to stream? What do I want to stream, and how often do I want to stream? Those things. It's decisions to make. Hello, Billy. Welcome, Billy. You've arrived at the end. You've arrived at the end. It's my own fault. I streamed too early today. I streamed earlier in the day. I did a quick Satisfactory stream. You haven't played this game, have you? This is another one of those Factorio games. You played a little bit of Industrialist. It's like Industrialist on Roblox. Is that the French girl? Teal? No. Don't recognize the emotes. But I think you might have seen me play this game. But I've watched a person who constantly breaks this game. Oh, that's I forget the name of the guy. Let's Game It Out. That's the guy, right? Let's Game It Out. But as you can see, it's just like Industrialist. You've got the miner. You remember the miner in Industrialist? You mine the coal and then you put it into a smelter. You turn it into from copper ore to copper ingots, and then we turn the copper ingots into wire, and then somewhere around here you turn the wire into cable, and you just go on and on and on. And you make this big whole factory. And unlike Industrialist, in Industrialist you sell the items. You sell the items, but in this one you don't sell any items. You use the items to make things that you would otherwise buy in Industrialist. So there's no money mechanic. It's you just make it. So you know you want to make a miner. I need plates and concrete to make plates. You gotta do the thing. And so it's all. Oh, there's no pollution in this one. This one doesn't have pollution, which personally I don't like. I love the pollution mechanic in Industrialist, where the whole world becomes all toxic waste. Yeah. You do get in this one. You get what's it called? Like nuclear waste. You get the toxic waste barrels. You get that with the nuclear power plant. They don't do anything. They're radioactive, so they'll kill the player if you go near them. But they don't do anything. The game mechanic there is that you can't delete them. So you could put them in a box. You could put them in a box like this. Like this item here, it stores these store items. You can see our items all going into this. But what do you do when that box fills up? Oh, you could put another box down, but because you can't delete them, you eventually the whole world would just be covered in nuclear toxic waste, and you won't be able to do anything with it. So that's a gameplay challenge mechanic there. What you have to do is then you have to go through unless you throw the dog, you can give them to the dogs and then throw the dogs off into the abyss. That is technically one way. But the intended mechanic is you're supposed to that you go through like a whole nother chain where you turn the nuclear waste into like other things. You build an entire hoop for it as well. The hoop Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely saw. Yeah, Billy, you definitely saw the same video that I saw. That's Let's Game It Out's video. He does great stuff with games. It's like he makes it really casual. He makes it really casual. But like I've played this game myself, and I'll tell you that he put in hundreds of hours into that. Like he'll make like a 20-minute video, but the stuff that he'll have done in like a 2-second clip actually took him like 100 hours to do. I'm scared since I feel like he has more than 24 hours a day. Yeah, he puts in a lot of effort into those videos. Absolutely, absolutely. Like, you remember in the Satisfactory one, he builds this, like, giant, like, tornado thing going up into the sky out of belts and pipes and stuff. That must have taken him, like, 100 hours. Michael Zombies. Hello, Shabby. Hello, Shabby. You're speaking of Michael Zombies. I love Michael Zombies. I should play Michael Zombies on stream. I was playing it earlier today, in fact. And I actually wasn't having a good time. I don't know why. I was in a bad mood playing Michael Zombies. Isn't that in the Steam page screenshots? I have no idea. You showed it, did I? I'm Shabby. I must be getting Alzheimer's because I must confess, I don't actually have much recollection of ever even talking to you. You know, I've heard of you. I'm familiar with your model. He's got like the hat and stuff. Your character has the hat. But I can't remember us having a conversation. Maybe I went to your stream and I talked about it. I don't know. But, look, I promise I'm not being rude. I just have a really bad memory. Oh, it was a Fuecoco. This must have been a long time ago. Oh, yeah. I remember, yeah, Fuecoco, Coco Lost. Yeah, she played it. She played it with Alva the Lordling. Do you remember Alva the Lordling? He was like actually the only other person who I've shown that game to who like actually liked it, like in the sense that they would then go and play it on their own. Yeah, I miss all of them. I miss all of them. I've switched my starting soon screen now. I've got a new starting soon screen. You'll see it in the VOD. It's very cool. But it does now get rid of the little Fumo chair that I had, where I had Fumos of all the VTubers who I liked but who had quit. And who did I have? I had Alva the Lordling and Fuecoco. I had Parsecs, Astro Parsecs, or Parsecs 99, I forget what his name was. I had Tally Chovy, who no one's ever heard of. He streamed like 3 times, but I knew him more in a Discord VC, but he's gone now anyway. There was Liminal Lark, who was actually, he was long before I became a VTuber. He was the first VTuber I ever knew. I watched him for like a year before I even knew what a VTuber was. Liminal Lark, he was an always in character VTuber. He had a really strong kayfabe. His lore was that, actually no, I guess I'm being dumb. His lore, his catchphrase was "I'm your least favourite VTuber," but I guess I had heard the word VTuber in that case, but he was so in character that it wasn't like a lot of other VTubers. A lot of other VTubers, they're always talking with other VTubers and collabing, and they'll talk about going to the conventions, and he never did any of that. He never did any of that because he was in character. So he was, it was the lore. He was in the dungeon, the temple, whatever he was in. And so I didn't discover any other VTubers for like a whole year, and I thought he was like one of a kind. I thought he was I thought he was like he's just this guy who had this like 3D avatar. He had a V-Roid. He had this like 3D avatar, and he was just a guy. and he eventually quit. He quit, and turns out he went and joined HoloLive as I think Crimson Ruse. But by that point, he was dead to me. He had quit, and I'd sort of moved on. So, but he was my first VTuber, so he goes on the chair. Who else did I have on the chair? I haven't looked at it in a while. I had G Clef Cannon. G Clef Cannon. He's another one. He was the Ghost Rabbit VTuber. Not the name drop. Yeah, I'm name dropping. I'm breaking the rules here. I'm naming people's both past lives and HoloLive names. I don't care. Come on, you're running a business here, But yeah, there was also a G Clef Cannon. He briefly came back. And well, frankly, he still tweets every now and then. He replies to tweets and stuff. I see him doing that, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You get to come back stream 3 times a week. That's That's my okay, you've got to stream at least once a week. That's my requirement for We're So Back, and he's not We're So Back. He hasn't streamed in like 2 months, so it's so over. But I really liked him. He would do like he would do really like fun streams. He would play the guitar and sing at the same time. And he would do like DDR streams, and what else did he do? I think he did like some rhythm games, or I guess that was the DDR. And did he play any games? I don't actually know. I don't know. And then we mentioned Fuakoka earlier. What did she stream? I remember she streamed Doom. That's what I first saw her. She was streaming Doom, like Doom Eternal, and that was he may have well played Devil May Cry. I have no idea. I have no idea. Or Albert plays Inazuma 11, I think it's called. He plays the football game, the anime football game. I wonder that there's almost certainly he's a big fan of Saint Seiya, and I still need to watch the anime of Saint Seiya. I've read some of the manga. I haven't watched the anime of it. But but Saint Seiya's cool, and he's a big fan of Saint Seiya. And I wonder if there's any Saint Seiya video games. I feel like if there were, and they were any good, he'd probably play that a ton. But he plays the Inazuma 11. I think he also does what do you call it? What do you call it when you make the Gundam models? So it's not minifigs. That's Lego. What are they called? Gunpla. That's it. Gunpla. Yeah, he's a Gunpla. He does Gunpla. And I'm always terrified when I watch his Gunpla streams, because he has terrible knife discipline. He's always pointing the knife towards himself. Oh darn! I don't think I can get back on this thing. No, it's so over. He's always I ran out of biomass. I haven't been playing the factory for like half an hour. We ran out of biomass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This world is not long for this world. We for anyone who's familiar with Satisfactory, who didn't just see, we just did all of Phase 1 in like an hour. And if I was playing multiplayer, I could probably do this. This could be done twice as fast. I really hate Phase 1 because of the biomass. See, we ran out of biomass. Now our machines aren't powered. We got to fill them up. It's not actually so bad. You can almost automate it nowadays, but because you can just plug in a thing to it. You couldn't do that before 1.0, and I played the game before 1.0, and you had to manually fill these things up, and I think they ran out quicker before. Yeah, you gotta deforest. I don't want to chop down my forests. It's I like this beautiful landscape, except for the gassy fart rocks. They're ugly, but I like the trees. The trees are really pretty. There's two kinds of Satisfactory players. There's people who build massive slabs in the sky and they just reject the ground entirely. And to be honest, I should probably do that one day just to see what it feels like. But then there's the other kind of player who builds as low to the ground as possible and doesn't destroy any trees. And if they accidentally destroy a tree, they go restart the whole playthrough. But if I was actually playing this seriously, I'd be in a real conundrum right now. Because my power has cut out, and I've got loads of things connected to it, which all want to guzzle power immediately as they turn on. And it will be difficult to turn this back on. This makes me miss Terratech. What's Terratech? I've never heard of that. Also, one thing, I was watching a VOD of mine. One thing I need to do is I need to learn how to read the chat in a way that makes it obvious that I'm reading chat. It got 2 mid spin-offs. See, I said that in a way, and I'm going to go watch the VOD of this, and it's going to sound like I said it got 2 mid spin-offs. But I didn't say that. Billy said that. There's a way of speaking, and I haven't figured it out. You speak in a way where it's very clear that you're reading a chat message, and I haven't figured it out. I watch my own VODs, and it sounds like I'm coming up with these things myself. You can make me say anything, and I would say it so convincingly. I blame the reading streams. I've done too many reading streams that I can read in a convincing way. That's not like you remember when you doing like English in school, and you had to read something aloud, and you would read it really poorly. Let me go find a book. Let me go pick up a book. You go read it. They get the book and they say, now there is a lake with banks gently shelving, so that it looks like the seashore where the myrtle, like it's that's how you read when you're in school. Also, because I was waiting for my Warhammer to download, because Total War 3 is 84. Oh, there's a lot of games that are like super cheap, and I've because of the Steam summer sale, and I've considered buying them, but I don't want to. I got some money earlier this week, and I've already spent half of it, and so I'm hesitant to buy any games. I went to the local cafe one too many times, but it's I've done too many reading streams, so I've learned how to read in a way that sounds like I'm actually speaking it myself. But this has become a negative thing for reading the chat, because now it sounds like I'm saying it. I'm gonna have to learn how to do that, otherwise it's no good. However, here's the Stellaris. I don't know what the Stellaris issue is. I haven't played Stellaris. Stellaris looks difficult to me. There was one game I thought about buying, which I think is like £8 or like $10 at the moment. Is Age of Mythology, and I thought about buying it. But I don't know. What if I don't enjoy it? If I had the money, I'd buy like those simulator games. If I had loads of money, I'd buy those like train simulator games. They're so much money. Like to buy like Train Simulator and all the DLC for it's probably it's like $500 or pounds or whatever. Plane simulators are even more expensive. I bet there's a train simulator on Roblox. In fact, I know for a fact that there is a train simulator on Roblox. But I haven't been able to find it again. I played it once, and it was literally just Train Simulator. But I haven't been able to find it again. I've looked. You cannot type in the word simulator on Roblox, okay? That's a no-go. You type in simulator, it doesn't matter what you're looking for. You're going to get weird stuff. You can't look for simulator on Roblox. That's... back in the day, they used to be called tycoons. That's what they called them. It was the tycoon genre. It's practically morphed now into the simulator genre, but it's more or less the same thing. God, they're awful. Oh. I'm almost convinced that Industrialist on Roblox would Clone Tycoon. Yeah, Clone Tycoon was like one of the big ones. It was a bit past my generation. I'm super old by Roblox standards. My account is from 2009, and that's just my account. I've actually been playing Roblox. I played as like a guest, since I think 2007 or 2008. I was there in the very old days. I remember when the trailer came out. The one where he's like at the bar, wherever, I forget, the Iron Brew bar or something. The Iron Brew, no, I think it's called the Iron Bar or something. And that trailer is like ancient now. I remember when that came out. That was like new. I think I met Builderman once. I think he was in some world. It was the sword fighting world. He was there in the world, and probably with some other admins, but I didn't know who they were. Oh, I just fell off the thing. I don't think I've heard of it. Heard of what? What was I saying? I said something, then you don't know what I said, and I've forgotten what I've said. But for me, yeah, Clone Tycoon, I'd more or less sort of I wasn't playing Roblox at the time when that was a big thing. The trailer, it's an old trailer now. I don't think they use it anymore. It's just old Roblox trailer or something. He had some music playing over it. And they had that for like 10 years or something. But for me, I will say there is one genre of Roblox that has completely vanished now. I really miss it, because it was as big as the tycoon genre. It was the build genre, and specifically, there's always building games on Roblox, but they're not the same. It used to be basically Lego. You would enter a world, and it was like a flat base plate. And there would be bricks, like Lego bricks, legally distinct from Lego, Roblox bricks that were in the same sort of dimensions as Lego bricks. And you would spawn in, you had a copy and paste tool. Copy, move, delete tool. and it was just like, it was very bare bones. There was no fancy mechanics, and before that you couldn't make cars yet. That comes a little bit later. It was just Lego, and they would build a house. You'd build like a Lego house, and then in fact it was so bare bones, it was so primitive that the game was coded that it couldn't tell. It couldn't tell what you had built from what someone else had built, and so you could delete other people's builds, and people did that. People would come up and they would just delete everything you made. Oh, you know about the moders? Okay, I'll get to that. Then the genre really changes. Actually, no. There's one part in between this. So it starts out as just base plate, nothing, or just a base plate and build a house, whatever. But then someone has this bright idea of adding planes to it, and when I say planes, like an aeroplane, I mean a rectangle. It was like a flat black rectangle. It was like a bed. Like, imagine a bed. It was just a block. It was a black rectangle in the dimensions of a bed, and it had a little red square in the middle, and that was the seat that you sat on. And what you did with that is you could put your blocks on there. You could attach blocks to this aeroplane, and you could make a plane. And then you would be able to fly this plane, and you could fly off the base plate, and then you could fly to other base plates in the distance. There would be like other base plates. And this worked. This worked because back in those days, the render distance on Roblox was really, really short. So if something was too far away, you couldn't see it. And so they made it like a space exploration thing. And so these weren't other base plates; these were planets. Like in this game right now, you got these like planets in the distance, and they would just have a massive sphere, and then inside the sphere would be the base plate. And so you'd build your plane, and then you'd fly towards these massive spheres, these planets, and then you'd arrive at the other planet, and then there would be like a unique block in there. So you'd copy that, and you'd put it on your ship, and then fly back. And the challenge was not dying. It was really difficult both to get off the planet and not crash, and even more difficult to land and not crash. And if you crashed too hard, you would die. You would like fall through the base plate or something. And that was huge, and people made copy and paste of that, of like build a spaceship and explore, I think it was, or something. Build and explore planets or something like that. And at the same time, there was another type of build game that was build to survive the waterfall or something like that, where you would build a boat instead. You wouldn't build a ship, you'd build a boat, and it was basically the same thing. You'd be building a boat, and then you would push. I'll get to the zombie versus noobs games, but you'd build a boat, and you'd get your same kind of thing, and you'd put your blocks on it, and then you would push it. You would get on it, and you would push it down this waterfall of some kind. Yeah, it was build a boat. But before, this is the old. I don't think it was treasure at this point. This was build a boat for VIP or something. It wasn't build a boat for treasure. That's like super new, super well coded. This is different. This is primitive, okay? Imagine you're like a 10-year-old and you're coding a game, okay? How would you make this? And so the way it worked was you built your boat, and it was like Lego. It was like these Lego games. You just put the block on the boat block, and it looked like a boat. It didn't do anything. These blocks didn't do anything. They were just purely cosmetic. And then you would push it off the slope, and it'd go down this slope. And the slope was designed that like every 5 seconds or so, it would delete any blocks touching it. So the bottom of your boat would get deleted, and then hopefully you built your boat big enough that you had lots of boats so you could survive. And if you touched the water, you too would be deleted and you would die. And so your boat would be gradually being destroyed by the waterfall, the river. And that was the game, and people copy and pasted hundreds of those. And sometimes there was like variations of it. Like I distinctly remember one where someone had replaced the water with lava, so it was the lava, survived the lava. And so the build games were kind of like this for a long time, and they were just. And then one day, this guy, his username was Boba, B0. I forget the rest, but his name was Boba. I distinctly remember that, because I met him in the game once. And he built a game called Ultimate Build. And this was it was just a generic base plate like all the others. It had the blocks for building, but it had more blocks. It had thruster blocks. And I think you were talking about this earlier, Billy. These blocks where they make things go fast. There was the trampoline blocks, there was the hover blocks, and there was all these blocks, and sort of the hinge blocks and the rotors, and you finally for once you could build stuff that did stuff. Now, of course, it's very jank, and there was only a few things people did, but it was mayhem. It was mayhem. You know, people would attach the thruster block. So you imagine you're building like a car or a plane, and you want it to go faster. So you attach this thruster block to it, and depending on where you put it or which direction, it would push your whole thing in that direction. And because the game was so jank, you could put this block on another player, and he would just be launched into the air. It was very funny. I don't know. I wasn't into the building shop on that. I played my Quest for the Bone Sword. Oh, okay, there was not RPG games back when I played. Back in like 2009, there were no RPG games. That's no one knew how to code anything. The way people made games back then is they copy and pasted free models from the catalog, and I don't even think the catalog exists anymore. I bet that's like totally gone now. It was so primitive. There was the zombie games as well, and the zombie games were really simple as well. The way they worked was that the zombie NPC, well, you can't even see it was an NPC, it was a block. It was just a block. The NPC, the zombie NPC was programmed that it would move towards the player. It had no pathing mechanics, so if there was like a wall in between you, it would just walk into the wall continuously. It wouldn't you know, it was very primitive. And the way it killed you was very simple. If the player touches the zombie, the player dies. That's it. You know, it was just the walking kill block. and then I think they had the gun mechanics, although I don't think it was first person at this point. And then you would and that was it. That was it. You just have to kill the zombies. You had your pistol. I don't think there was any ammo mechanics or anything like that. You just had the pistol, and the pistol was just a block. It was just a rectangle. Maybe I think you had the rocket. I remember the rocket launcher as well. It's just a rectangle. Or I think they upgraded that to like an actual like rocket launcher model, but I remember it being a rectangle. And the missile for it, that was a blue rectangle with studs on it for some reason. That was the missile. Oh, I remember Heli Wars. The Survive Killers. Oh, you're saying new games I'm not familiar with. I remember Heli Wars, like helicopter. Heli Wars. It was a capture the flag game mode, and it was super popular. I remember that. That was and then there was a particular jankness to that. So you could get the VIP for that, and you had to like pay like 100 ticks or something. It was a really expensive VIP. But the helicopter for the VIP was hidden underneath the map, and so what you could do is you could get the regular helicopter, which didn't have any guns on it, I don't think, and you could take this helicopter and you could fly under the map and then get into the VIP zone without having to get the VIP. However, it was tricky. What's it called? If you were to touch the floor of the VIP, you would die, and I think also you would die if you was in a helicopter as well, so it was very difficult. You had to get in there, jump out of your helicopter, not touch the ground, and land in the VIP helicopter and then fly off. Anyone could fly the VIP helicopter. That there was no kill mechanic in that. And so that was sort of like a technique. It's still the VIP helicopter. And I don't think it had a respawn mechanic as well. I think it would only respawn if it got destroyed. So if you had it, an actual VIP couldn't get it, but I might not be right there. Yeah, I'm old apparently. My Roblox account is from 2009. It's literally older than like most Roblox players. Most Roblox players were not even born in 2009. Dance Clips Walls. I don't know what that is. I remember the VIP rooms of many Roblox games, where you would get the various tools, and they came in like these vending machine looking things. You get like the paths, a fly path that would make it so you could sort of fly around by generating a path underneath yourself. There was like the teleport tool. I think sometimes they'd have various weapon tools. So you got like the bouncing ball, you got the gravity coil. All kinds of fun stuff. I remember the obbies. Obbies are super complex now, but they used to be also really primitive. In fact, they were so primitive that actually they were not always completable. Sometimes the person who made it, he would be some 10-year-old kid, and he didn't know what he was doing, and he would make an obby that no one could beat. However, you could beat it by cheating. What you would often have, and I'll sort of show in Satisfactory here, you know. So you have to jump over something. That's what you would get. You'd have to imagine, you know, this is like the obby. You know, you're gonna jump from here to here to here. You can do that, but then you get one that's like further, and you think, okay, oh, you can't make it. You can't make it. And so what do you do? How do you get over there? Well, what you did is you waited for another player to show up, you know, and then you jump on top of him, and now you've got extra height, and then you would make it. And now only you could make it. And if anyone else wanted to get it, they also had to jump over. And there was a lot of obbies that were like that, unintentionally. They didn't know what they were doing. It was just poorly designed, and that was very funny. Place my red Skype, avoid fire pits. Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of all those kinds of games. They're gone now. They're gone now. Like, no one makes them anymore. Everything's so professional on Roblox now. It's so professional. You know, these days they're all playing like Doors and Phantom Forces and Industrialists and all these, like, they're playing these games which frankly they could be on Steam. They could like make, like, they don't even need to be on Roblox. They're like, a 10-year-old couldn't make them. They've got like whole game devs and everything. They've got all the custom models and, you know, all that kind of stuff. There is a very poorly made Factorio clone on Roblox, not the one you're thinking of. This is like actually Factorio, but it's 3D, and it's really bad. It's not Industrialist. Industrialist is good. In fact, I may well try and stream Industrialist at some point. But this was a different one. This was really bad. Ah, okay. I think I'm done. I think I'm at my limit. That was a bit of fun. I had some fun playing that. I'll save the game, but I don't really need to. Well, 260709. But you know, okay, you know what? This stream here much more successful. Oh, before I go, I'll show you the intro screen I made. Because I think you missed it. I mean, it'll be on the VOD, but I'll show it in case the music gets VOD. But I'll show this for a few minutes because I think it's really neat. There you go. That's the intro I made. I think it's really cool. I didn't make the video, of course, and I didn't make the music, but I put the pieces together. I think it's really neat. I'm gonna sort of check the VODs after this, and I really hope the music doesn't get bonked because I spent ages trying to find a suitably obscure piece of music on YouTube that will hopefully not get copyright strucken, but it is technically copyright, so it just depends on how whatever. But I hope it doesn't, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna go find another one and try again. Oh, but I'm gonna call it here. I'm a bit tired. I'm gonna go eat something, and good fun. Thanks for watching. I should make an outro somewhere. Make like something similar, but like an outro. Maybe one of these days.